Good morning, America. This is Scott and a Shot, and this episode is called "The Wild Wild West." And today's a non-drinking day, but I will take a hit of weed. All right. This is an adult program. All right. I live in California, and it's really hard in California to get in trouble for anything, unless you're a Republican. But I want to point out some things about the Democrats, and there's people are in jail still from that January 6th stuff. The insurrection. People they just got caught in a building that was they're opened up by Pelosi and told to go in, and then they get all arrested. They're still in jail. Nothing got no buildings got burned out. Nothing got. It's like that was like the devil's day to them. All the worst day in ever world history. But what about the summer of love? This is the hypocrisy of it all. What about the summer of love? That's a Democratic term. That's what they said. There was a summer of love over in Seattle, Portland, Minneapolis. All these cities that were that were burned down. I can't remember all of them. That's how they described it. As cities are burning, as people are losing their businesses, their homes, their lives. They're calling it the summer of love, and they allowed it to happen for how long? Seattle was occupied, Portland occupied forever. That's how they looked at that kind of a anarchy. They called it the summer of love. That's what the Democrat. That's what this is the Democratic Party and the people that vote for them. This is what they think. That is the summer of love. Okay, you got all the drugs in the streets, legalizing everything. I just took a hit of weed, but I'm an old man. I'm in my home, and I don't do it around my kids, my grandkids. I don't propagate it to them. To any kid, I'll say don't do it. Just have fun in life. But so drugs are cool. The summer of love, and how about just a society of love they want? And what does that look like? Walking over your kids going to school, walking over needles, dirty needles that could get them infected with a drug. People shitting and pissing on their yard, living in front of their homes, and in the summer of love, they're being occupied as a city. What kind of society? What kind of sane person thinks that kind of lawlessness is the summer of love? It's like when somebody goes to jail. They go to prison. And they just killed 3 people, but yet they're worried about his rights to have a sex change. Oh, poor guy needs a sex change. On the taxpayer. I don't care who pays for it. You're in prison, man. You lose your rights. You shouldn't be allowed to vote. You lost your rights, man. You did something so bad that society said for that crime, you need to go be locked up. And most of those crimes are murder, rape, incest, rape, incest. Stuff like that. People, armed robbers who shoot people in the act of a crime. Bank robbers. Going in with weapons and stuff. That's what that prison's reserved for the most part. Arsonists, and they're worried about that evil person. What they did's rights. That's they care about his sex change, and they're gonna believe him when he says I feel like a girl and I want to go to a girl's prison because in my heart I'm a woman. What kind of dumb mother? I'm gonna watch my language. What kind of person thinks that's cool, man? I'd be like, shut up, get back in your cell, pull out your bully club, go talk that crazy stuff again. Back. I'm just kidding, but really, people. That's love to the Democrats. That's love, a summer of love, a society of love. So prisoners they're not getting rehabilitated in jail. They're getting pampered too. Let out early for heinous crimes because they're trying to empty out the jails because it's the society of love. Let's let all these most of them repeat offenders. They're right back in there again. They all got out one more time. Thousands of them to go reoffend somebody in your family, and then they're right back in there, and nobody's held accountable. It's all out of love, right? Oh, because I feel so good inside. We're having white man tacos together. Oh, you're the savior of democracy. Wow. So that's really what that's what's on the ticket here, people. I mean, that's a democratic society right there. That's success to them. That means that's a society they want for us. I mean, a bunch of craziness. I mean, it's all about love, right? You know, I can kill your mother or dad or your kid, and I can go to jail and get all I want because even though I just killed a bunch of people, I mean, I have the right to say I want to be this, and they're going to do it. I mean, you're supposed to be getting rehabilitated, people. They should have all these people working in the farms and out, you know, cleaning streets. That's what you do when you're in jail, man. I mean, you got to work and stop worrying about their sex changes and them having big screen TVs in their rooms and being able to get special privileges because they say they're Islamic or this or that. When you go to jail, to prison, you lose your rights. It's always been that way. You lose your rights. That's why you are locked up. I mean, being locked up means you lost your rights because you're locked up. I mean, that's against everybody's. Nobody wants to be locked up, but when you are locked up in prison, you have no rights. You just lost them all. That's why you're in jail. What's so hard for that? Somebody explain that to these people like they're 2-year-olds so they get it. I mean, so that's the summer of love, the society of love. Let's all sing Kumbaya. I mean, it's man, I can't even believe we're talking about it. Can you really believe that? Let's defund the police. That's love. Let's send out a psychologist to somebody who's got a gun to some girl's head and try to talk them down instead of just blowing their brains out with the sniper. I mean, let's just fuck us. Everybody can be weird and we'll worry about them. Let's just worry about all the weird people. I guess that's their summer of love. Let's just worry about everything except the real people of this country that work hard, pay taxes, not to be dealing with this crazy shit. God, how are we even talking about this kind of weird stuff on TV and stuff now? It's so weird. It's like I'm in a Twilight Zone. It's like the Twilight Zone, man. I mean, how did all this stuff become cool? I was partying real hard back when I was younger, so I didn't see it all coming. I mean, I guess smack. Somebody should have took me outside and tuned me up and said, "Wake up, dude! It's all falling apart, man." I finally did. I mean, yeah, people, that's how I feel about this world now. I mean, especially this country. The rest of the world's always falling apart, but I thought it was a great country to grow up in. I don't know what's going on now. I mean, the weird stuff that we're calling love, the summer of love. Let's love abortion. I love abortion. Let's all embrace it. Yes, let's embrace that. Let's embrace all these illegal aliens coming over. It's all about the love, people. It's all about the love, huh? Well, I see the love going to everybody except the normal person. You know, the American. I don't see nobody getting anything here. I'd like to go on vacation. I'd like to go see New York City. Is there a room that the government will put me up in for $300 a night? I'll go. I mean, so you might as well fly me there too. You know, you're flying these people over from these other countries. I mean, let me get a free airline ticket for me and my family to go to New York. I want a $350 a night room, all expenses paid. I mean, buy my dinners, my meals, and all that. And why don't you pay back to us, the citizens? Why don't you? That's what I want from our government. That's my first demand as a citizen of this country. I want them to fly me to New York City, put me up in a $350 a night room, buy my dinner, my wife's dinner, my kids, my grandkids, send us to a fucking movie or a show, and then I'm going to go back to my room and stay there an extra couple nights just because we should be able to, if that's how, this is the kind of money they got to throw around to the world. Everything except the citizen of this country. Everybody gets something but us except, you know what I mean? Bend over, got the jelly over here. I mean, we're getting screwed. That's what I'm saying. I mean, but the summer of love, people. You feeling that love? Watching our country fall apart? It's really lovely, isn't it? Defund the police. I mean, DEI candidates protesting Israel, our number one ally. I mean, what the fuck's really going on? I mean, sorry. What the heck is really going on? So, I don't know. Pretty soon I'm going to have an eat a dick fucking edition. Just for me saying to these, I'm going to call them all out by name and tell them to eat a dick. I mean, that's how weird this world's getting, people. That's what the Democrats are propagating. I mean, up on their platform. Weirdness, the summer of love, as cities are burning down, and none of those people are in jail. They bailed them all out. The Democratic Party bailed out people that were burning down cities. I mean, that's the summer of love right there, people. Occupying cities. taking the rights away from every other citizen that don't believe in that crap. They occupied our cities, burning them down. At what stage, at what point does the military come in and put a stop to that crazy stuff? I mean, what are we thinking, people? When did nobody ever back then was going, we need to call the military? I mean, really, we need to call the military. And not one person. I mean, it did get done. Donald Trump was in office too. He should have sent in the military. I'm not gonna let Donald Trump get off on the hook on that. We should have never allowed that. I mean, he was president when some of that shit was going on. He didn't want to butt in, but he should have. What else? I mean, it's anarchy. It's anarchy. I mean, if I wouldn't have saw it, I would have never believed it. And then to hear a Democrat go on there and say it's the summer of love, we're going to allow them to burn it down and do what they got to do to get it all out of their system. Stop it. Stop it. Yeah, man, it's crazy stuff we're talking about here, people, but that's the summer of love. It's hard to really think about it too hard because I do now because it's all over the TV. I've been watching it for years now. Everything just fall apart under the lately the umbrella of the summer of love. It's like Kamala Harris's campaign. It's all about, I feel so sweet. Are you sweet? I have dreams and aspirations. Yes, I do. And they're to screw you. That's what she should be saying. My dreams and aspirations are to screw the American people. That's what Kamala Harris's dreams and aspirations are. I got dreams as a middle-class family to become the president and screw the rest of the world. That's what she's about. I mean, they love everything except us. I mean, it seems like they love everything except the Republican Party. They love every weird little thing, every little other race that's sticking over our border. They love everybody but us. I mean, don't you see that? I mean, the love's going out to everybody except the American citizen. Overtaxed, don't get shit back. I mean, they act like they're doing you a favor and they give you a little tax exemption here and there, or give you a little $35 bump on your fucking Social Security. They act like they're doing you a favor. Stop it. We need to change a lot of things in government here, people, and it's going to take some real serious people to figure it out. I mean, hey, I got an idea. Scott for president. That's right. Scott in a shot for president. I'm just kidding. Wouldn't be that hard to do, people. It's all common sense. You know, you have your advisors, you have the people that you hire to hear their opinion, but it ultimately comes down to the person that they make president. Who is the president? He's supposed to be somebody smart, of integrity, that's a proud American, who's willing to put it on. I mean, to put it all out there for America, whether it's war, they have to be down for America for the right reasons, not the wrong reasons. But we have to have a president that's serious about any issue. I mean, no matter how harsh it gets. I mean, but when that day comes, we want a president in there that's able to make the right decisions to make sure that it ends up our way. You know what I'm saying? It has to end up our way. I mean, America. But you're not going to get that from the Democratic Party, man. They're all about the love. Let's just hope the world loves us, and let's just screw us. Yeah, I got hopes and aspirations too, and it's about getting rid of these people out of government that don't belong there. Term limits, people. Term limits, and let's start being smarter about let's stop listening to that stupid rhetoric and let's hear real solutions, talk about it, and figure it out together. I mean, all this name calling me being on here stupid. I mean, it's all stupid. I mean, but I'm just standing up and saying something now because it feels damn good. I like it, man. Nobody's watching me but my family pretty much, but it feels good because that's what I'm about. I'm about feeling good and speaking my mind. That's my right as an American citizen. I get to speak my mind and I get to have my own opinion, and I'm not garbage. I'm just not you. You know what I mean? So I mean, but I hope I already voted. I voted Trump. My wife voted Trump. My kids vote Trump, and I don't force them to do nothing. They don't have to do it behind my back. They're Trumpsters, man. You know why? Because they're real. They get it. We get it. I mean, simple people figuring out simple shit. Try not to read too much more into it than that, people. I mean, figure it out. All right, this is Scott and a Shot, and I'm boogieing out today, and I will catch you later.